Good. Or hello, second grade. It's not the morning anymore. It's the afternoon. But we have our very first actual spelling words today that we're going to work on until we've mastered them, and then we'll take a quiz on them. So I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. Before we do that, we're going to do some quick phonogram review. Our first one is ow, o, oo, What are you going to write? Excellent. Ow, o, oo, Write it. Say it while you write it. All right, if you didn't have it yet, do a line below the baseline. Put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What does it say? Excellent. Ow, o, oo, This is our ow, o, oo, If you didn't have that, write it in 3 times. Please say it while you write it. I don't know why everyone fights me on that. You're just making your life harder because then you don't remember it the way you would if you said it while you were writing it. All right, the next one is k, 2-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says a, e, or What are you going to write? Excellent. Write it. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. K, 2-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says a, e, or This is our k, 2-letter k, used only after a single vowel that says a, e, or All right, next is a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. What are you going to write? Excellent. Write it. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Excellent. A 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. This is a 2-letter A that we do not use at the end of English words. So if you didn't have that, write it 3 times. Say it while you write it. All right, the next one, we just learned this one last week, is 2-letter F. What are you going to write? Good. 2-letter F. Write it. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What does it say? Good. 2-letter F. This is our 2-letter F. If you didn't have that, you know what to do. All right. The next one is sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of syllables after the first one. What are you going to write? Excellent. Sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of syllables after the first one. Say it while you write it. I'll be impressed if you remembered this. I think only one student today remembered it because we just learned it on Friday. All right, put your finger under that phonogram. What is it? Good. Sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of syllables after the first one. All right, this is sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of syllables after the first one. All right, so if you didn't have that, which I'm guessing you didn't, write it 3 times and say it while you write it. All right, good. Let's say the name of this phonogram one more time. I know it can be tricky with that ending. Sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of syllables after the first one. All right, nice. The last three phonograms we're going to review are any ones in our words today that I think might be tricky for you. All right, the first one is v. What are you going to write? Good. V. Write it and say it while you write it. All right, class, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. Excellent. All right, the next one is ah. What are you going to write? Good. Ah. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. What is it? Good. Ah. This is our ah. All right, our last one is the of her. What are you going to write? Excellent. The of her. Write it. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under that phonogram you just wrote. Read it to me. What does it say? Good. The of her. All right, nice job, class. Let's take a little stretch. Before we start our spelling words today, I think I'm going to do this straight through in one video. If we're working hard, we should be able to get through it in 20 minutes. And now that we're in second grade and we've been to school for a little bit, we should be able to work for 20 minutes. All right. Our first word, class, is love. What's the word? Good. Love. Nobody's pencil should be up yet. All right, today everyone wanted to pick their pencil up early. We only pick them up when I tell you because I know you have all the information you need to spell the word correctly the first time. All right, our word is love. I love my mother. Love. Love is a two-way word. Remember, that means there's one way that we say that word when we're speaking, but we have to say it differently to spell it. That's why we call it two ways. There's the way we say it when we're speaking and the way for spelling. The important thing with this is we want to remember how we say it to spell it. Otherwise, we're going to spell the word the way it sounds and not use the correct letters or phonograms. All right, so love is a two-way word. To spell it, we say love. Class, say that with me. Love. Good. One more time. Love. And now by yourselves. Good. Love is how we say our word to spell it. What sounds do you hear in the word love? Good. Our sounds are ol, ah, v. Oh, wait a minute. Do English words end with v? Good. You remembered from last week or the week before they don't. So what do we have to add? Very good. Silent final E, job 2. All right, one more time. What are you going to write? Excellent. O, ah, v, silent final E, job 2. Write those sounds. Say them while you write them. All right. When you're finished, if you need more time, pause the video. Put your pencil down, put your finger under that first phonogram, and I want you reading to me what you wrote. What's the first sound? Good. O. Good. Ah. V. Excellent. And very good. Silent final E, job 2. All right, let's mark our word after you make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? Good job. If you remembered, we underline any letter that goes with our silent final E. And how about this one? Good. We're going to double underline our silent final E. Since it's job 2, it gets a little tiny 2 next to that double underline. All right, we're going to read it. Our two-way words, we read them the way that they're written on the board, and then we'll talk about how we say them. Good, so I'll do it too since you don't have the class to help you out. It's lov, right? Because we want to practice how we say it to spell it. All right, so we say lov to spell it, but when we're speaking, we say love. So when we have a phonogram that's not making one of its usual sounds, we put a little thinking cap on top of it. And that helps us know I'm not saying one of my usual sounds. So I want you to look at our word and think about which phonogram is not saying its usual sound. I'm going to ask you to tell me in 3, 2, 1. What is it? Excellent. It's our ah, o, oo. So that's where we're going to put our thinking cap. All right. So we said to spell this word, we say love. When we're speaking, what do we say? Good, love. All right, nice job. Man, our hardest words are first in this list. The next word is people. What's the word? Good, people. There were 3 people on the sidewalk. People. Now, people is also a 2-way word. To spell it, we have to say people. Say that with me. People. Good. One more time. People. All right, now it's your turn. Good. People. All right, we're going to have to find out how many syllables are in people. Put your hand on your chin. Say it. People. Show me how many times your chin went down. Nice job if you are showing me this. There are 3 syllables in when we say it, how we spell it, people. All right, our first syllable is P. What's the first syllable? Good. And what sounds do we hear in the syllable P? Good. The sounds are P, E. All right, this E is E. What lets our E say E? All right, if you said a silent final E, that doesn't work because that has to be at the end of the word and we need a consonant in between. There's one other way we can make our E say E, and it's a kind of a syllable. What is it? Good, it's an open syllable. So the vowel can say its name. Write that first syllable, P. Say the sounds while you write them. And make sure you have your syllable break at the end. All right, our next syllable is O. What's the next syllable? Good, O. There's only one sound in O. We can't take that apart anymore. But it's A, O, oo. Class, what's going to let our A, O, oo say O in this syllable? Excellent. Just like our other first syllable, this one is also an open syllable. All right, write that next syllable O and the syllable break. All right, our third syllable is pull. What's our third syllable? Good, pull. What sounds do you hear in the syllable pull? Good, the sounds are P, pull. There is a problem with this syllable. My syllable doesn't have something that every English syllable needs. It is missing a what? Excellent work if you said vowel. There's no vowel yet. P is not a vowel and ol is not a vowel, but I can't have an English syllable without a vowel. What do I have to add? Very good. Silent final E, job 4. So write those sounds in the syllable pull and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word, people. What does it say? Good. E, good. And what lets our E say E? Excellent. An open syllable. What's next? Good. O. And what lets our A, O, oo say O? Good. It's also an open syllable. What's next? Good. Oh, good. And excellent. Silent final E. Job 4. All right. Let's mark our word after you've made it look like mine. Does this need a marking? How about this? Nice job if you're showing me this because it's saying its name. Now, how about this? All right, you're right. We would underline it one time because it's saying its name. But when we say the word people, do we hear an O sound? You're right. We don't hear an O sound in the word people. So this is actually silent when we are saying our word. So what do I do to any silent letter or phonogram? Good. I underline it. All right, how about this? Good, I need to double underline my silent final E, job 4. All right, let's read our word. Usually, we don't read anything that's double underlined, but when it's a two-way word, then we do. All right, so we are gonna say this sound, right? All right, so if you weren't quite sure what to do, I'll help you out with that. Since there's no other class to help you, it's good. E, O, P-opal. All right, so that's how we have to say that word to spell it. But if you go around saying P-opal, people will look at you like something's wrong. So how do we say it when we're talking? Excellent, we say people. All right, our next word is father. What's the word? Good, father. My father was a teacher for many years. Father. First thing to do is find the syllables. Put your hand on your chin. Show me how many, so we'll say the word father. Show me how many times your chin went down. This is the correct answer, father. Remember, we're not saying each sound yet, we're just saying the word, and that helps us find the syllables. So good, 2 syllables. The first syllable is fath. What's the first syllable? Good, fath. What sounds do we hear in the syllable fath? Good, it's ah, but wait, don't write yet. Because our ah is not what we usually use. We're going to use ah. Class, which ah do we use in father? Good, ah. Write that first syllable, say it while you write it. Put your syllable break at the end. All right, our second syllable is What sound do you hear in that syllable Say, we can't take that apart anymore, it's just Good, but we have to know which It's the of her. What are you going to write? Good, the of her. Write it and say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in the word you just wrote. What does it say? Good. Ah, but which ah is it? Good, it's ah. What's next? Good. And but which is it? Good, the of her. All right, let's mark our word. Does this need a marking? How about this? All right, to help you out, tell me the 3 sounds of this phonogram. Good, it's ah. And saying its third sound, so it needs a little 3 on top. We don't underline it. Underline means it's saying its name. This isn't its name. All right, how about this one? Good, we need to underline, but what are the 2 sounds of this phonogram? Good, it's and it's saying th. So what are we going to put on top? Excellent, let's do that. And how about this? Good, underline the of her. All right, now we can read our word. Excellent, so we would say father. All right, our next word is feel, class. What's the word? Good, feel. I do not feel very well today. Feel. That's not true. I just needed a sentence. All right. So what sounds do we hear in the word feel, class? Good. It's E, O. Our E is E-double-E. Class, which E are we going to use in feel? Good. E-double-E. Write it. Say it while you write it. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in feel. What does it say? Good. What's next? Good, E. Which E? Excellent, E-double-E. Always says E. And good, ol. Make sure yours looks like mine. Does this need a marking? Good, we need to underline that. And let's say our sounds and put them together. All right, the next word is until, class. What's the word? Good, until. I will be filming videos until I am finished. Until. How many syllables? Until. Show me. Nice job if you have this. We've got 2 syllables in until. I'm going to challenge you and see if you can do both of them at the same time. What sounds do we hear in the first syllable? Un. Good. N. All right, then we'll have a syllable break. What sounds do you hear in the second syllable? Till. Good. T, I, ol. So let's say all the sounds we're going to write, and then you'll write them. Good. N, syllable break. T, I, good. Ol. Write that word. Say it while you write it. Don't forget your syllable break. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in until. What does it say? Good. N. Good. T. I. And good. Ol. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. All right, let's say our sounds and put them together. Excellent. All right, our last word for today is friend. What's the word? Good, friend. I have a friend who lives in Kansas. Friend. Friend is a two-way word. Oh my goodness, we don't usually have half of our words that are two-way words. So to spell friend, we need to say fry end. Class, say that with me. Fry end. Good. One more time. Fry end. All right, and now yourself. Good. Fry end. How many syllables are in fry end? Show me. Or put your hand on your chin, say the word and show me. Nice job if you're working on doing that quickly. There are 2 syllables in fry end. All right, our first syllable is fry. What's the first syllable? Good, fry. What sounds do we hear in the syllable fry? Good, our sounds are f, r, I. I hope we're not writing yet because we have more than one I. The I is I-E. Which I are we using in the first syllable of fry end? Good, I-E. And what lets our I-E say I? If you remembered from earlier that it's an open syllable, nice job. Write that first syllable, say the sounds while you write them. Make sure you have your syllable break at the end. All right, the next syllable is end, class. What's the next syllable? Good, end. What sounds do you hear in the syllable end? Good, it's D. Write those sounds. Say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in the word we just wrote. What does it say? Good. Good. I, which I is it? Good, I-E. And what lets our I-E say I? Good, it's an open syllable. All right, what's next? Good, excellent, and D. All right, nice work, class. Make sure yours looks like mine. Now we can mark it. Does this need a marking? How about this? How about this one? All right, so you might be showing me this, and you're absolutely right. It is saying its name, but when we say the word friend, do we hear this I sound? You're right, we don't. So what are we going to do to a silent letter? Excellent, double underline. All right, does this need a marking? No, it's saying its first sound, and I know there's nothing else to mark there. All right, so remember, when we have a silent letter that's not a silent final E, in a two-way word, we're still going to say that sound when we're saying it for spelling, not when we're saying it for speaking. All right, so let's try that. All right, so what I hope you said was, and if you didn't say it with me now, I, end, fry end, which is how we say it to spell it, but of course we don't go around talking like that. How do we say this word when we're speaking? Excellent, we say friend. All right, very nice job today with your first official spelling lesson, second grade.